What an awesome way to start out this episode. Hello, everybody. My name is Skeletormandee, and let's get our 150-day reward. How long are these boosters? 3 days? Yeah, we're going to take the credit booster, even though I don't need a Oricon Catalyst. Welcome to the Warframe Iron Man, nonetheless, though, again. Last time we did the War Within, we unlocked the panic button. And this week, we're going to be delving into the fruit of our labor, what we unlocked last time, the Kuva Fortress. We're going to be going ahead and clearing all of these missions out, and what we're looking to do here specifically is we're looking to farm Pago. It is going to be the last spy mission we'll ever have to do in terms of getting rewards from him that I want. But before we do anything, I have a couple of clips we have to go over from last week's episode that didn't make the cut because I just kept it all about the quest. We did a couple of things with the operator. We A, spent all of our focus, and B, got our amp. So we're going to quickly show that off.
Flashback.
Okay. We now have access to playing as our operator. And actually, let's get in this chair. Because now we can spend some of the 1.6 million Madurai rep that we have. Ugh! Alright, let's go visit the quills. I'm green.
From memories of a past that is yet to be, the unknown knows you as a terror to the Eidolons. This has been waiting for you, to deliver upon them a terrible ruin. We have had and shall have a long association, Dano. I know our conversations well. Shola.
Wow. We got an amp. We're at the quills now. We can get more amp stuff and operator arcanes. Actually, do I have enough cores? No, I have 4. No, we can't do anything here. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here. Come in here. Can I please spend my... Oh, yes. Alright, we just completely unlocked all of the Madurai pool tree. And specifically, if you're wondering what we're going to spend the rest of our stuff on, it's going to be Void Strike. And with Void Strike, we're gonna go for the chain slings. Now, the reason we're going for Void Strike at max is because this is going to make our operator do actual damage. Crazy. You'll see in a second. We'll go over to the simulacrum and I'll show it off. And then chain sling, because I mean you probably saw while we were doing the quest. Void slinging is just nuts. It's such a good mobility tool that we will be taking advantage fully now, and this makes it cost less void energy, so very good. Yep, we want to spend all of this focus. We just got the operator and we fully unlocked Madurai. Vazarin, you can come over here. We do need to spend some. Right down to protective sling. This is just, I go into my operator and I give myself rolling guard, but it goes up to 6 seconds, I believe. So it's rolling guard but good. Boy, that sounds like I'm shitting on rolling guard. It's rolling guard, but awesome. And the rest of these I haven't unlocked. But let's bounce over to the simulacrum. Let's show off what the operator can do, shall we? So the felony that man in the cave performed by giving us a tiny little child a arm cannon was actually an amp, and this just makes our operator be able to use their void power better. Wow. But as you can see, that absolutely sucked. Now that's where Madurai comes in, because if we do that, it puts a damage debuff on him, and that still sucks. But now if we get all of our energy back, we use our 1, we actually do damage. Now keep in mind, this is a rank 80 armored enemy, so this isn't exactly ideal scenarios for our operator to do any sort of damage, but it is damage nonetheless. Let's actually armor strip these guys. Yep. I mean, they have also 10 stacks of viral on them, so probably not helping. But shenanigans we can do with the operator. In Moderai, actually, if we swap to our operator and we double dash, we get 2 buffs. A buff to our ability strength and also to our casting speed. We get the casting speed from just swapping back and forth, and then the ability strength comes from double dashing. So that's cool. Make our roar faster, I guess. It's going to be helpful on Warframes where we don't have the casting speed mod on, but the ability strength is nice too, but I never really min-max and use that. You mainly play Moderai because it has Void Strike and it makes your operator actually do damage. For things you need your operator to do damage. Unfortunately, the moat app just sucks ass. It's terrible. But this is all we have for now. Until we do the new war and we get the usable one.
End of flashback.
Okay, now that we're back, I got more things to explain. Woohoo! You may recall that I went ahead and crafted Vauban, and he's been sitting in our inventory, and we're gonna play as him today. And yes, we have an alt helmet on, because why not? Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the simulacrum so we can discuss what he does and show it off. Alright, so we're here in the simulacrum. We'll go over what Vauban does. Vauban is an engineer. He's got many gizmos and gadgets. And that's pretty much his kit. His passive is going to deal 25% extra damage to incapacitated enemies. These are just enemies that are affected by crowd control. And notably, that is a multiplicative bonus. I don't know if I've explained them before, but if we go into our melee and we type... Oh, no. Alright, for melee, it's the smites, but the faction damage mods, this one goes up to 1.3 times. This bonus is pretty much what we're applying anytime we attack a crowd-controlled enemy as Vauban. So it's really nice, and we don't have to put on a very specific mod onto our character. So, pretty good passive, actually. Going on to his 1, Tesla Nervos, deploy a roller drone that attaches itself to enemies and delivers bursts of arcing electricity to anything in the immediate area. Pretty swag. In his 2 is one of his 2 best abilities. As you can see, there's 4 different orbs that we got to go over, so I'll keep it brief. Pretty much what Mind Layer does is the first one is going to be a tether coil. It is like a little tether mine that you put down. It'll pull enemies into it. One's kind of ass. We're never going to use it. Up next is the Flechette orb, the best orb. It just shoots out little puncture nails that do damage to enemies. The reason this one is so good is it's a crazy damage abilities I'll show in a second when paired with his 4. Going over the other one, the vector pad, it just puts down a little speed boost pad. You can jump on it and you'll get launched and you'll get a little speed increase. And his final mine is going to be Overdriver, which is just a self-damage buff. And you can also attach it to your allies, but that doesn't matter to us because we don't have allies as an Iron Man. Moving on to his 3, Photon Strike is just a orbital laser. You drop a targeting beacon that calls in a devastating laser artillery strike. It does exactly what it says. It just big boom. And onto the 4, Bastille. Bastille's got a lot going on. So the first effect of it is the Bastille. You throw this down, it is a little area, like a control zone. Enemies that walk into the containment field get captured and suspended, and it strips them of their armor. After the duration runs out for Bastille, it'll turn into a vortex, and this will just suck all enemies in that can be crowd controlled. And it does a little bit of magnetic damage, but that's not anything at all. What it doesn't tell you in this is that the armor you strip from targets goes directly to Vauban, or Vauban, however you actually pronounce his name. So he's got some tools in his kit. Not necessarily overpowered tools or anything, but we'll go ahead and show him off a little bit here. actually, before we do anything, we got to come in here into the build, show off what we're rolling with. We have holster amp on. This is a damage buff when you swap weapons. You get 60% for 3 seconds. We also have vigorous swap on, which is pretty much the same thing, but in our actual Warframe mods. And I'll show you why in a second. Otherwise, we're running shields on him with adaptation to make our shields tankier. Augur reach for range and a little bit of shield gating since we're running holster amp up here. Equilibrium for energy reasons. Intensified, continuity, just standard stuff, everything else. We have steadfast on. Now, I do have a little bit of shield gating built into the build, but this does kind of hinder that, but because we're casting out abilities quite frequently, this is nice. In the perfect world, we won't be getting shot at, so we don't really need shield gating, but you know, life can be tricky. And then Arcane Fury because Glaive Bribe. So anyway, let's show off what he can do. So if we come over here, we'll guest out our one. Bam. Those are gonna attach to the one guy, I guess. Good for them. They're just applying electricity. That's what they do. He does have an augment to split damage among the Tesla Nervo enemies, but we don't have that. And then we'll show off the one, or the two. So the first mine that we can throw out is going to be Tether Coil. Hiya! Pulls him in. We shoot him, and we are getting the passive 1.25 damage, or 1.15, I already don't remember, for any enemy affected by crowd control. So these guys on the floor are getting baned. Flechette Orb. It's doing puncture damage. And Flechette Orb is actually the reason that we have on our holster amp and our vigorous swap. So as we can see, it's doing about 4,000 on a crit to this guy. 6,000 to this who has max viral. Keep that in mind. We're going to come over here, and we're just going to throw down another Flechette Orb, and we're just going to swap our weapons. Now, it looks like we're doing a lot less damage, but as you can see, that guy's taking 16k. It was just based off of the viral. Once we actually get this going, our Flechette Orb is doing pretty good damage. And these are armored targets. Keep that in mind. And any damage ability that we do, so like if we were to use Roar, would affect those Flechette Orbs as well. So we could even go further beyond. Our third mine we can throw down, Vector Pad. Hiya! Whee! Just a little goofy little gadget. Fun to use. You could speedrun with it, but it's kind of tough to use in my opinion. Overdriver is a damage buff. Boom. So let's throw down a Flechette Orb again. Yeah, 21,000. That guy only has 6 viral stacks. Sick. Moving on to the 3. Boom. Not much to note about this. This is just a orbital cannon. Unfortunately, unlike Flechette Orb, I don't think it's affected by vigorous swap, so I don't think we can benefit from that at all. But that's what we like to call the helmet ability, because Photon Strike, other than being kind of neat, is pretty useless. And now we get to show off the 4. We'll start with Bastille. We're going to throw this down. Bam. Now it's armor stripping all these guys in the effect. Or the radius of effect, rather. They're fully armor stripped. We could throw down our Flechette Orb. At 200,000 damage. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then as it ran out, it turned into a vortex. If we just wanted to use the vortex, we can do that too by holding the ability. It'll just throw the vortex out, which we could then throw our Flechette Orb. Maybe give ourselves an overdriver. Sit here. I mean, it's doing okay. Guy's not putting viral on him, so could be a lot better. So Vauban's gonna be a lot of fun. Maybe I didn't show him off the best there, but you get the gist of what he can do. He's one of my favorite Warframes to play these days, just because I think his Prime design is fucking fire. You know, sometimes you just gotta be a coper and play who you think looks cool. But let's get into it. We're gonna be playing Vauban all day today in the Kuva Fortress. How that's gonna go, well, we'll see. Let's actually get into the Kuva Fortress content. Starting it off really terribly with an exterminate. The reason I say that is just because exterminates are boring. But we do just want to get it done. The thing about Vauban and something like an exterminate here is that we really don't get to benefit from much of his kit. Like, we could throw a vortex down just to flave spam, but it isn't the most cost effective, if you know what I mean. Oh. Yeah, I guess we also do have access to those. Let's just come over here and, oh no, we've downed the guy. Kuva Seer, man, what is that? I don't want to fucking seer. That thing sucked to level. Gonna pretend that's not real. Just kidding. Let's lock down the area. I can describe it a little bit. This is the Warframe version of, like, Shadow of Mordor adversaries. This guy would turn into a Kuva Lich, who we could do the whole thing, and we'd be able to get a Lich weapon, but I don't know about you. But we're not ready for that. On the Iron Man, we have to do everything ourselves, and part of that grind is a singular railjack mission. And give you a little bit of a spoiler, our railjack is non-existent, so I'm gonna pretend those aren't real. Also, and this might be a little bit of a controversial take, but the Kuva weapons kind of mid. You know, maybe we could get the Kuva Ogress or like whatever, but we don't even have the base variants, and generally speaking, we're gonna get those first. I really gotta update like the wording of Rule 7, make it more encompassing. I am actually stupid and don't know where to go. Gotta love when the exterminate marker is just fucking wrong. Or am I just stupid? Oh, yep. This tile set. It's been a minute. I was about to blame the game instead of blaming myself for being blind as shit. Gonna kill with our 3 while we can. That was epic. And boom, there we go. Our first Kuva Fortress mission. Yay! Got a Neuro and some Kuva. On to the next node. We got Koro, which is an assault. And this is actually a unique game mode, if you could believe it or not. And by unique, I mean it's different. Yeah, all this mission is a infiltrate, sabotage, and destroy. Alright, we made it in. We have no energy. This is a big problem. Maybe I should have put on Streamline instead of Vigorous Swap, because Vigorous Swap kinda only gets used in like defensive where I can hunker down, and that's great, man. I don't really care to get a Lich, but I mean, we will window shop. Dude, the core attack. Wow. I don't really have much to say during this. Kinda just standard missions. Okay. We gotta do this. Get that battery, open that door. Oh, wait, we can slide through the window here. Didn't have to go around. Now we get to pick up 3 things. Actually, secret operator tech, dude. We can go into our operator, pick that up. Oh. We can carry 2 things at a time now. Oh. I guess I can also shoot things with the amp. Oh yeah. We're Moderai. Hee. You know, things are getting scary, in quotation marks, so I can pop into my operator, and the panic button strikes again. Oh, got a slash proc on us. Gonna sit here. Now I don't. Oh, can you believe we've gone 25 episodes without having the operator panic button, greatest button of all time. I think this is the final thing we have to do here. Just fire the cannon. See that Grineer Galleon? There it goes. Alright. We gotta destroy it. That. Oh, my bad. Yay. Oh yeah, we have to rank up the amp. If you're gonna try to do that, wait until you get a railjack. Trust me. The moat amp is terrible. What's next? Ooh, a defense or a mobile defense? You know me, I just love my mobile defenses. Wrong. I'm gonna do the defense. Alright, and for this awesome defense that we're about to do, I just want to show the drop rate. Or the drops. Nothing special. This is Naboo. We got stuff. Wow. Axie relics, that's cool. But that's pretty much it. Maybe handspring. Anyway, no, not important. It is important. We gotta do our job. So the way we're gonna start this here is we're gonna put down a Bastille. And we're gonna have energy problems. Not my fault, dude. There's plenty of ways we could build to get better energy, but I'm not too worried about it. This ain't hard. We're only going 3 waves anyway. Right here, Flechette Orb. Forgot all about this. This defense tile spawns in like active hazards around it. That turret is going to shoot us this entire time we're in the middle here. That's fun. Yeah, the play with Vauban is just to throw out a vortex and put a Flechette Orb under it, which is really boring, but what can you do? Alright, the defense target only got battered quite a bit, but hey, we got the dub, and we're gonna get out of here now. Yay! Now we have access to Pago, which is the final spy mission we're gonna be grinding. Thank God, because I am sick and tired of doing these for the drops we need. I will go ahead and pull it up real quick. Here we go. In the first column, rotation A, we've got the Harrow helmet. We can't craft them yet. We don't have his blueprint. Get it from a quest. In column B, which is the main reason we're doing this, untraceable. Invisibility for 15 seconds after hacking. I think you can see why that's really good. It's just a little bit of a defensive utility. You know, we could hack something, maybe auto breach it, and get 15 seconds. 15 seconds is a lot. That'll be pretty swag. If we get anything else, it's kind of an added bonus. We have all of these 60/60s. You guys did see that correctly. We're gonna have, at worst, a 10% chance to get the thing we're after. I expect to get the Harrow helmet before we get untraceable. But what if we just got a God Run and first try to both of them? Huh? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, Skeletormandee, sure would. That's what I'm saying. I want you guys to prepare yourselves because I might fumble the bag on this one. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't done Kuva Spies in 16 years. Something like that. 60 gajillion, I mean. Okay, I do remember this one. You do that. That shows up. Boom. I think this is the correct way, in quotation marks, to do it. There's probably some sneaky path. You gotta go. Oh, I don't breach. Clutch. Fuck. Oh, no. Oh, this gotta be like the final one. Yeah. Alright, cool. Haha, not too tough. Alright, let's take a look here. Oh. I'm pretty sure I've been avoiding it because I don't know for certain if void mode is untraceable from these scanners, but I'm pretty sure we probably could use that to our advantage. That's gonna pass over that, and we're gonna strike. Well, the iron's hot. We didn't have enough time. If I had to guess, here, there's probably a terminal that we can activate to disable some of these cameras. Alright, now if we mess this next one up, we'll have to do a pseudo exterminate, and that'll be pretty cringe.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
What was that? Oh, come on, these have glass on them? The hell do I get in here? Oh, surely. Fuck!
You need to retrieve that data before the data destruction is complete.
I have no idea what triggered that. Man. I'm gonna have to do an exterminate.
Retrieval was successful.
Hey, untraceable. Wow. First try. We still do want to get the hero helmet, so I'm gonna hop back in, and once we get it, we'll get back to the Kuva Fortress grind.
3 days later.
Okay, can't believe I'm saying this, but I've done 20 runs of the Kuva survival, and I am unable to get the hero helmet. Now, luckily, this isn't the only way to get the hero helmet, but I'm done. Spy missions hate me, man. We have 4 more missions to do, though, and I kind of just want to get them cranked out so that we're done with the Kuva Fortress, and we can move on to better things. And up next is a Kuva survival, which is a bit different, so let's hop into it.
Systems. Sending modified life support capsules. Use these to sustain your environment or attach Kuva catalysts to begin harvesting.
So in Kuva survivals, we can do a pretty fun thing of picking up these catalysts.
Attach it to a life support capsule to begin harvesting Kuva.
If we attach it to the harvest, we can farm Kuva with these. Now, oh lord. Panic button. Probably should have thrown down a vortex instead, but we have to defend this Kuva harvester. And for our efforts, we'll get some Kuva, and it takes the place of our life support. If we were in the mood for farming Kuva, this is one way to do it. It's an option. It makes these Kuva survivals a bit more interesting and entertaining. Especially because we don't need, we don't use a lot of life support capsules most times if we're balling out in a survival. Because we're dinky little Vauban, there's not enough enemies, we're not getting enough life support capsules to, like, go long-term with that, but, you know, you were in Steel Path, maybe playing, like, Octavia or something, yeah, you can get massive amounts of Kuva after, like, 6 hours of playtime. Yeah, we can get the hero helmet from this, as well as the hero systems. Yeah, because you get the chassis from corrupted enemies. This will be the method we go when we farm out hero, which we will be doing. His helmet ability is very useful. But, in order to... Alright, we killed a Kuva Jester, and it dropped Astral Twilight. I think that episode was a mistake, man. I think Pavlov is a big nothing burger ass mission and you shouldn't do it. Oh my goodness, there's no way. Yeah, that is all of them. All of those stance mods that I've talked about, I've had dropped since doing that mission. Which is really, really fucking embarrassing. But, hey, made good content. We gotta do it though, we gotta do it. It was a unique mission. I have no regret. Just like I have no regrets doing 20 runs of, whatever that Kuva Spy one's called. I do. That was after the first one where we got untraceable. The rest of them didn't really matter too much to me for the rewards. But we're coming up on 5 minutes, and we're only going 5. I want to just get these final missions cleared up, and then I gotta get to editing.
Another job well executed.
Oh, that's really, it's really ironic. But 400 Kuva, that's nothing to sneeze at, man. That's like not even the first reroll on a ribbon. All right, and that's that right side node down onto the left. Oh, onto the mobile defense. You know my favorite part about mobile defenses is when we get to leave. Oh yeah, 6 minutes. Too long. Okay, what's next? Rescue. Ooh. Should be a bit interesting. And Tamu. Wonder what enemies will spawn. Maybe this this Kuva disruption will spawn the Kuva Guardians. Yeah? Nope, that's a bailiff. But he did drop me Kuva. Oh, whatever, man. I'm not in the business of rolling ribbons. This tile set is confusing. We gotta test something on this guy. Oh, man. Wasn't affected by the vector pad. Oh. This one is. Holy shit. A Kuva Guardian. That was epic. So in 4 minutes, we got 450. That was a lot slower than the survival. I think that's why people do that. But we're done. All right. We did it. That's the Kuva Fortress completed. And you might be like, why did you go ahead and do that? Well, you might as well do it now because A, we need access to this survival so we can finish Harrow once we get to the point where we can craft them, which is whenever we decide to do Chains of Harrow. And we now have access to all of the nodes for when we do Requiem Relics. These are for the Kuva Lich system, and we're not doing that yet, so ignore it for now, but it's all ready. It's all good. And, yeah, we finished the last spy mission tier that we needed to do, which means we are a spy master, and I'm gonna do something special to celebrate it. We are here in the Green Lewis Dojo to celebrate our spy mission master success. I'm going to craft a Warframe who is undoubtedly the best at doing spy missions. And you might say, but that's Ivara and you've already crafted her before. Nah, it's Wukong. Oh! And yes, I already have his research done for this segment. It took a long time. Oh, you know, it only took around 144 hours. Brother. But let's get these blueprints. And now I should have checked before I'm gonna do this, but we gotta just buy his pieces. I have to buy a 10-pack, dude. Is this okay? It's an Arkansas. Thank God. Oh my days. All right, we got Wukong crafting up. Just had to get the argon crystals real quick, and I had to buy 10 Nightin extract because it's the only way to get it realistically. But no worries. Wukong's gonna be worth it. But that's gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked the video, maybe leave a dislike. Don't do that. That just makes me sad. YouTube may not show them, but I see them. I'm kidding. I will see you guys next week. Where? On the titular 26th episode, we may or may not just be getting a railjack to celebrate half a year of the Warframe Iron Man. Even though that in today's episode, the 25th, it would have been 26 weeks because of the Iron Man April Fool's episode. But that's not important. I'll see you guys next time. Love you. Mwah!